A time like never before. Who would think that in a blink of an eye, it would all be gone? Empty spaces and empty faces. The tables had taken an ugly turn. Bare aisles lay screaming in front of us. Darkness slowly consuming them. Staring into blank screens, we said a silent prayer. Would those times return? Would those people return? The future looked bleak.
It disrupted everything. Rampant infections, hospitalizations, and loss of lives meant emotional setback for the most.
I think the first thing that comes to my mind is introspection, and reflection.
COVID-19 has affected everybody, in fact, in whether it is a small business or a medium or a big business,
The industry spans everyone from manufacturers, consultants and designers, integrators.
I think everybody was helpless at one point in time because no one knew what the future was. Like there was so much uncertainty in everything.
In terms of the life, the future as well, we were just hoping when the business would actually come back to normal. So
this took everybody in surprise, isn't it? Because nobody anticipated this thing coming. Everything went to a standstill because nobody had a solution to how to come out of this particular problem that we faced with, per se.
And honestly, a sense of disbelief initially, to then having it realized, and then having some sort of a game plan to figure out how do we navigate through this.
Everything that this business is about social gathering. It's about people coming together. It's the worst business to be, and since it's an entertainment, it's the last thing that's going to start and it is the first thing that's going to stop.
So there are companies who have gone on a very exciting journey, hiring people. A few dozens of staff suddenly grew up to 200, 250, 300, and so. Having 250, 300 employees is good when you speak about the brand image, the operation, but when it comes to paying their salaries, it's a critical question. Their monthly revenues were not meeting the salaries of the employees as well, let alone making profits.
So see, our business is all related to tourism and live events, and everything was shut. There was no tourism happening. So
we had mega projects lined up, and in fact, we were doing a massive project in Bangladesh for which the equipment had already left. It had nearly crossed the border by road, and the rest of the gear had already gone to Bangladesh and was lying on Dhaka airport tarmac. And that equipment was on the tarmac for 120 days.
So first of all, your revenues got hit, your project got stalled, and you have lots of people who do not have work, and companies asking them to either take long leaves or stay back when things are improved. So it slowly started telling on their emotional quotient also got impacted.
In due course of time, yes, we had to let people go. See, the thing is that the company is very old. Some of my staff is older than me, basically. They are part of the company before I became part of the company. So letting them go was a little difficult and emotional thing for us. I mean, that was it. Because you have to pay salaries, you have to pay rent, you have to pay your EMIs.
You have even little things everything started becoming a big cost to you. There was a concern about the future, there was a concern about how we'd end up making ends meet.
And there was no source of income, there was zero business at that time. For 3 months, there was no business. So we were basically using our capital. You don't use our capital for expenditure, it is more for investment.
hard period of time, given the fact of how unexpected some of the outcomes have been. We've lost friends, I know, in our industry as well. We've also lost a lot of personal ones that we've known who passed away a lot earlier than they should have. I mean.
And in the second lockdown, we had a personal loss. Our chairman, Mr. Dalbir Singh Panesar, we lost him, and that has been affected our organization quite a bit. To me, I was quite shaken. Yeah.
Hands close, hearts closer. Shoulder to shoulder, we stood, whispering to each other, Bas sabr karo, himmat rakho. This too shall pass. The journey was going to be hard, but we knew it had to be made.
While the pace is lost, the passion remained unaffected.
So I think that was the biggest call to action that I had, was that one is that I can't sit in one place for a moment. I have to keep innovating, keep thinking, keep trying and doing different things. And I always did that in audio. All I did was audio and nothing else.
I couldn't think of doing something else except this. It was a dream from since childhood that I have to join the business and have to take it forward. It's more of a legacy.
Ups and downs are a part of life. They help us keep moving. Because if you talk of a straight line in an ECG, that means you're dead.
And I read something a long time ago, a professional doesn't care what his profession is. And I think that was a very strong thing that got me to believe that I can do anything.
Way we can sustain it is by diversifying the resource and whatever we have built over a period of time. Okay, that really helped us to sail through.
So the challenge was how to think out of the box and make things work. So that's the reason what we did was we started the government vertical. We started the healthcare vertical.
A lot of nature of projects has changed in the way we are doing it. A lot of the requests have changed. A lot of the actual delivery models and mechanisms have changed.
Innovation and adaptation. These two things have never been in so much sync in the industry. The new skill sets, the new ways of doing things, and work culture that have been adapted will only augur well for the industry for now and the future.
Now the need of the hour was digital video productions. The need of the hour was to be able to shoot it, to be able to record it, to stream it, to produce it, and that's all I did.
AV as an industry is never going to die, and there's a lot of truth in that. It will keep evolving. In all of this, our customers stood behind us, and we carry a lot of legacy and vintage in terms of the number of years we've operated.
Businesses don't build people. It's the people who build business.
Walk strong, we echoed, as we pulled each other along. Our reality was beginning to look the same, but yet so different. With renewed hope and rekindled faith, we rose, stronger than before, resilient.
If you win without troubles, I say it's victory. But if you win with troubles, that's when you create history.
Tough times do not last, but tough people do.
भोर से पहले सबसे अंधेरा है, ये वक्त न ठहरा है, ये वक्त न ठहरेगा.